What it do, y'all? Hello, hello. What it do, y'all?
Yo, it's been a long time.
This
I miss.
this morose mother
Where are
lover.
your glasses?
I got him. I got him.
Oh, so I made a version of myself trans, LGBT myself. Look at me. I'm a woman now because I wear feminine clothes. I know that's race, no, that's sexist, but it's still myself, and I identify as a pink wearing person too. Do you like it?
It's
I made
gorgeous.
it for my girlfriend. We need to match on Minecraft. Do
Um,
you like it?
yeah, for sure. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Thank you. We are going to hang out on mine. We're going to play some Bad Wars. And then we're also going to rage bait iPixel players because they're all bad and they deserve to be the rage baited by us.
Got it. Ten
What
four.
do you think of iPixel?
It's great. I won't lie. I'm trying to troubleshoot something right now. Uh,
Oh, take your time. Take your time.
yeah, yeah. Howdy
I give
doody.
you I'll give you 30 seconds and then you will not have no more time and you're going to pay me for the time you're using.
False. Chat. Tap the
That's because you're.
screen. Tap the screen. Let's get to a few thousand
Yeah,
likes.
I'm going to tap the screen.
Ah, dude. All right. No, 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 no. Okay. Um, where is my chat box? It's gone. Where is my chat? This is insane. Howdy doody, y'all. Howdy doody, guys. If you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, hop in the box. Come tell me why you like Trump. Um, and wow, is it the last day of November? Is that what that is? Is that what we're doing today? Woof. The House is investigating Pete Hegseth for war crimes. Guys, where's my chat? I'm just gonna have to look at my other phone. Can we talk about how much I don't like Trump? I wish I could just do that all day. I mean, I guess I do, but a little more cordially. I couldn't see TikTok chat. Surprise, surprise, TikTok. Dude, nobody's got a more technical setup than I do. How we doing, y'all? How we doing? We're at 3.3K, guys. Dude, for some reason, there's only like 4 things I can read in chat. Wow, how did this disappear? I don't know. I have to read chat off my phone, so bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. What's up, YouTube guys? Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on YouTube. And I need to remember to save my mic settings. Save. Every time. My Threadripper ate it. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? Did anybody else have a nightmare Thanksgiving? Easygoing, love to hear that. Stayed to myself. I voted my nightmare. Yeah, I wish I could have done that. I was supposed to have dinner with my mom last night, and we rescheduled last minute. Hello, Dolphin. Hello. Hello, everybody. How have debates been today? Good food, 4 dogs, and a progressive family. Dang, that was awesome. That sounds awesome. Canceled this year, lack of interest. I don't care about holidays until they make me do things. Lots of crash outs. Went on a 20-mile hike. Whoa. That sounds fantastic. Hello.
Yo, Tyrone Small Balls in your motherfucking jaws. What's going on?
You a Trump
All
supporter?
right, bro. Am I a Trump supporter, man? I'm from the U. Listen, I don't support him, but like, I'm from the U. You know what I'm saying? In the U, bro, we're separate from America. We got nothing going on here. I represent the streets, me and Darnell Higgins, of course. He's in here somewhere, I think. But so we're the faces of Utah, right?
You got a SoundCloud, bro?
A SoundCloud? Yeah, it's just Tyrone Small Balls.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yep. So listen, in the U, bro, we don't obviously, like I said, we don't. Yeah, you as in Utah. Whoever said that in the chat, we're the murder capital of the world, right? And they don't want to fix it here. They don't
Who?
want to fix the problem.
Utah?
Utah is the murder capital of the world.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, bro. When you think of Utah, man, you think of all the crimes that go down here, bro. Nah.
What?
Yes, Utah. You could look it up too. Utah is the murder capital of the world. I have the facts for that too.
Wild.
Yep. Everybody in the chat hate too. They're not from the U. They don't understand.
Well, Tyrone, I wish you luck with your ball size, man.
That's all right, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, man. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Something wrong with having small balls, chat. Is there something wrong with having small balls? Asking for someone else. Maybe the murder capital of the states west of the Rockies. I haven't even heard of that. Utah? Mormon. Yeah, the states that start with U. I don't think Utah does anything besides brainwash a lot of people and have good snowboarding. Just people shredding the gnar and being indoctrinated, bruh. We have 4 people unalive, 10 others wounded in a shooting in Stockton, California. Is this the ice cream thing or is this something else? Do I like ice cream? Of course I do. I'm a Biden fan. Of course. Birthday party shooting last night. That's what I'm thinking. Will is stronger than 11. I haven't watched the new episode, so don't say anything. Chad, if you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, hop in the box. Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Hello.
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir, I am. Proud.
Cool. What do you like about Trump?
I like everything about him. I like his eyes. Don't even get me started. Yeah, I like him a lot.
You like that neck ussy? Does it do something for you?
Hey, don't disrespect Donald J. Trump in front of my face. I'm William Dick Nass, and I don't want to hear none of that shit about my president. All right?
The neck
I
ussy?
came here for a sophisticated political debate. I didn't get here to finalize my sexual fantasies with Donald Trump. I came here to debate.
Sorry, I'll get my liberal temptations in control.
What's wrong with the fucking left? What's wrong with you people? Motherfucker. Now can we continue?
No, I don't know, guys. We're looking for real debates for now. Real debates, please. What's that neck do? Someone, police say drop your weapon, and Trump has to put his ussy on the floor. Where are the MAGAs at, y'all? Did we convert them all? I love your hat. Thank you. Thank you for the galaxy. Thank you, mineralogy. Sending love from Chicago. Thank you, Ari. Thank you, y'all. Am I a little quiet today? Guys, I want to show off something that that I did. I got my Christmas tree up. You can't really see it, but it's right here. It's got one ornament. You see that one ornament? It's my little Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Shout out to Beth, who sent me my Christmas tree. Thank you so much. They're watching football. MAGA's embarrassed? Yeah, probably. Yeah, the Christmas tree is baller. Dude, where are the fucking Epstein files? That was 11 days ago where he signed it. Where is it? It must be released by December 19th. It's good to know. Okay. $30. But if it was something Trump wanted, would have been done yesterday. He'd be fucking pressing people's families. He'd be doxing them on Truth Social. He'd be slandering people. The president of the United States would be slandering people, cursing at them, calling them names, calling for their impeachment. If this were something he cared about. Someone goes, "You voted for Camel Toe." I get it because she's a woman. That's funny. Hello?
So I have two questions. I had one question, but now I have two questions. One, is that Steen on your mic?
This is Trump's best friend of 10 years on my mic.
Wild to have on your mic. But my second question is like, do you ever like get sad because you like see seals and they don't have like legs like dogs or anything, and they're like really cute? They just like flop around.
You know what? Thank you for saying that. I do, actually.
Isn't it like a little depressing sometimes when you see like videos of them?
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I'm glad somebody said it. Thank you, Gavin.
You're welcome, Pickles. Love you.
Love you. Finally, someone with a real opinion. Hello.
Hello.
What's up, Lo?
Hey, yeah, that was a good question he had at first. Why do you have that on there? That's like, kind of the equivalence of I know you probably wouldn't put Schmittler on your mic.
No. This the whole thing says Trump knew, but it was just too big. The next thing that's going up though.
That's what she said.
She didn't say that, did she, Lo?
No, she didn't.
This
Well,
is
one
the-
time
that's the next-
actually. That's what?
That's the next one.
Let me see one more
One right
time.
here.
To Jeff, you are the greatest. You're wild, bro.
It's just a napkin.
You're wild.
It's
Get your ice gear on.
best $3 I've ever spent.
Gosh. Well, all right. Well, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you spent your last dime on a Black Friday sale. And
I hope your grandma gave you some forehead kisses.
she did.
Fuck yeah.
She did. So,
Those are the best.
those days that won't be forever, man. So, guys, cherish that stuff.
Well, Lo, I hope you have yourself a nice little Sunday, all right?
Yeah, I'm about to relax. So, all right, man. Take care. Love you.
All right, smoochies. Well, the wild, mega, rare, elusive, really hard to spot out in the wild. Very scared, very timid. They run at the first sight of critical thinking. What a wow! What a fabulous creature! You're right, guys. It's like without context, it's weird. But it's a social piece. It's a social piece. Trump is your president. Guys, come tell me why you love Trump being your president so much. Come tell me. You know you wanted to yell at your cool aunt at Thanksgiving? Come tell me. Your cool liberal aunt with the fucking the artsy sweater that reads books. Wouldn't be surprised it's here too. Liberals or schmurders? Jesus. Get your copy of Bubba's new book, Art of the Kneel. Is MAGA a dying breed? Play Farm Sim. Oh my god. All right, what do we got to do here? What do we got to do? Let's pick up on some news, chat. All right. Donald Trump pushes hard on immigration in Venezuela airspace, triggering international backlash. Trump administration announced it will close Venezuelan airspace to all airlines, pilots calling out traffickers and alleged smugglers. In response, the Venezuelan government condemned the move as a colonialist threat, saying no external power has the right to block international airspace. The episode underscores rising tensions between U.S. and Venezuela. The episode underscores and signals more aggressive posture on immigration and foreign policy enforcement under Trump. Department of Homeland Security watchdog dismantling raises civil rights and immigration detention concerns. So the Homeland Security dismantled the watchdog organization for civil rights. Officially, DHS has eliminated or severely weakened a key oversight mechanism that handled complaints about civil rights harms and immigrant detention. Former oversight staffers and human rights advocates warned this could pave the way for abuses, arguing the dismantling comes at a moment when immigration enforcement actions are intensifying. The change adds to fear among critics that the administration may operate the immigration system with impunity, undermining rights and protections for detainees. You guys heard yesterday, like, most MAGA screams like how immigrants, if they came here illegally, they have no rights. There's nowhere in the law that says that. But it just shows how Trump has conditioned and like dehumanized them for 10 years, and they're like, yeah, duh, they're less than human. They don't have rights. U.S.-Ukraine talks in Florida. High-stakes diplomacy as Russia war rages, with key U.S. envoys involved. American and Ukrainian officials met Sunday in Florida in efforts to create a new pathway toward peace and long-term security guarantees for Ukraine. On the side, Marco Rubio, envoy Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner participated. The meeting sets up a high-stakes forthcoming trip by Witkoff to Moscow. Rubio stressed the goal isn't just ending the war, but crafting a settlement that preserves Ukrainian sovereignty and supports long-term stability. Rubio is, like, historically, at least as like late as 2019, has been one of the only people I've seen actually cite on the Republican side, besides like Lindsey Graham, that we should defend Ukraine. He's been on the right side this whole time. I don't really have too much beef with Rubio handling this. Domestic fallout after DC National Guard shooting, politicized security, immigration crackdowns. Trump is using that DC shooting for dwindling down immigration even more. Social security. So he was an Afghan immigrant. He's a bootlicker. Yeah. MAGA, do you want to debate? Domestic and social safety net healthcare fight looms as lawmakers race to decide extension of aid. While immigration and foreign policy dominate headlines, a major political fight is brewing over whether to extend subsidies under the ACA, a decision with large implications for millions of Americans. Compounding the debate, rising concerns over hunger and food insecurity following the recent federal government shutdown, which disrupted support programs for vulnerable populations. The outcome would could meaningfully shape public policy discourse on social welfare, economic equity, and catastrophic risk, especially with more political polarization at play. Rubio faces a NATO grilling on Ukraine-Russia peace talks. What's up, Lauren? Fiscally conservative Republican. Have you ever looked at the fucking budget? Have you... Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That would have been an actual, that wouldn't have been an oxymoron, I guess, before the 80s? Maybe? It's literally an oxymoron now. Fiscally conservative Republican. I haven't been fiscally conservative in like 30 years. They just light money on fire. $20 years, actually. I guess that's fair. Kind of. I don't think you get to claim Bush was fiscally conservative. We have a $20 trillion bill for the Middle East. That might prove my point. Your party left you? I mean, I agree. They lost trillions. It's still unaccounted for. When is it appropriate to celebrate someone's death? Like when, like, is there a threshold for how bad of a person you have to be? I love your name, Sandifa. Chat, where are the MAGAs at today? Where they is? Democrats are so weak and petty. Have your testosterone checked, boy. I never get this. The cliche around people on high testosterone is that they're illogical and they're easily angered. And saying that I have an absence of that is, I guess, a compliment.
For it, my family, please.
Nope. We're spending the $2,000 checks. Guys, did you all get $2,000 checks? Does that mean we're going to hit 9% inflation again? Are the surplus checks going to make us hit 9% inflation again? Like you say Biden did? Or is that just magically not going to happen this time? I'm still waiting on my check. Guys, I never even got the stimulus checks. It's tariff money. It's free. It's practically free. Because those are paid for by other countries. That Doge check, right? Wasn't there talks of like a $600 check a while back? It's like my dog. All I have to do is say the word treat and she's like, yeah? And I can lie to her 30 times. She'd believe me. You had to be working with the W-2 wages to get stimulus check. You could also have gotten some PPP money. I should have got that PPP money. Damn. PPP money need a company? Yeah, I had a company. Where's my 2K? Don't you dare lie to that sweet girl. File an empty tax return on TaxSlayer and get them. I bet it's even easier to get away with shit now. Oh no, this is the same guy. Sorry, y'all. Hold on.
Hi, bro. How are you?
Did it have employees? It would have been me. It would have been me. Was unemployed at the time we got them all. There was actually, I believe this huge thing erupted where streamers, content creators specifically, were taking advantage of the PPP loans. That's what I was doing. Doge is gone. Like, is it officially? It's like gone, right? Is the Doge admin still active? Doge was quietly disbanded. Did that ever make the news? What a complete and total failure. Wow. Like a week ago? Where have you been? I don't know, y'all. Playing video games. My mic is bad? Is it too loud? Tube of line. Let's see. Ding dong 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 dong. Ding dong 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 dong. Whoa, we actually have people watching. All right. I'm gonna put on the phone line, y'all. There's the phone line. If you want to call in, you are welcome to give her a ring. And TikTok, if you can't see it, that's okay. You're not supposed to. There she is. She's up and going. We actually have just as many YouTube viewers almost as TikTok. Guys, those checks are coming in 2 weeks. Just like everything else. 2 weeks. It's funny that that's actually a thing Trump does all the time. 2 weeks. We give it 2 weeks. Nothing ever happens. Just 2. Santana's all taking up all the views. Santana, dude. Ah, shit. Guys, if you've tried to call, you're welcome to try now. The phone line is on now. There's somebody who just tried to call 3 times. Try one more time. It was on D&D. Yellow, is this a Trump supporter? Yellow. I think this is Inspector Gadget. Some clown says Doge costs more than it saved. There's actually truth to that. Yellow? Is this a Trump supporter? Hello? Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Oh, no, I was just making sure the phone line was working. That's
Oh,
all.
thank
Bye.
you. Well, phone line's still open, y'all. It works. We just fixed the mic issue though. That's good. All right, what else we got in the news, y'all? What else is Trump fucking up today? It is a Sunday. Maybe he's probably golfing. Did y'all see that Trump has spent $70 million US tax dollars golfing to date? This presidency? It's pretty amazing. Paid himself that. But guys, don't forget, he did skip out on that $400,000 salary. So, all right. Hard to see the number of chats covering it up. All right, let's do this. And I'll do this. Someone said, list Biden's accomplishments. Okay. If you guys ever do a thing, like debate politics with somebody, I highly suggest just at least kind of knowing like a few laws that were passed, because the campaign is just the interview. What Trump says on the microphone is just the things he says. What you got to look at is the laws they passed. And Biden passed a lot of good laws, a lot of monumental, landmark legislation, the largest investment in climate change in history, the largest veteran healthcare bill in decades, infrastructure. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Hell yeah, why not, man? Let's go for it.
Cool. What do you like about Trump?
I was just watching you, and it didn't look like anybody was debating you, so I just figured I'd be your Huckleberry, man. Just sing it to me. What makes him suck? Because my opinion is they all suck.
All right. I think Trump is a horrible leader. I think he's extremely divisive, and I think his politics are literally fascist.
Okay. I would like to know one that has it. I didn't care for Obama. I didn't care for Bush. There hasn't really been one president that I've cared for that I've seen that's really made a significant change in the way America is actually run.
I don't know what that really means. I think that all of them had
I'm just
something
saying
to
they're
do.
all the same. Trump is no different than any other president we've ever had in the past.
I think that's...
Politics basically look around and they look at us as we're the common folks. Pretty much all of them think this way.
I think that's a very bland way of...
I
think it's a bland way of thinking. I think Trump is doing egregious things, unprecedented things all the time, but that doesn't mean that they're good. I think that
I think they all do, though. I mean, each one of them's going to send their family over to a different country. They're going to exploit it like the Bidens has done Ukraine, like, you know, like Trump's sons are going over there and working in Africa right now. Hold on.
That's
they're
all
pretty damn shitty.
That's not the same thing. So Biden's son working for a private company in Ukraine, doing the thing that he's literally been doing his whole life. That's one thing.
Yeah, but when you go to another country and you're American, just as Americans don't like Chinese coming over here, you can't think that they like that over there.
That's literally what he's done. He worked for China.
Well, I mean, that's exactly.
He worked for all sorts of companies. He was a consultant for Amtrak. They did logistics for rail, and that's what he did for.
So when Trump's construction company or somebody goes over there, you're basically saying, "Hey, his guys they're worse than Biden's guys just because they're doing something
when Trump
different."
hires his son to be the ambassador of the Middle East and then he gets paid $2 billion, that's weird. That's unprecedented. That's not the same thing.
Yeah, well, it kind of is, man, if you want to look at Hunter Biden. I mean, it's exactly the same thing.
What laws did Biden change for Ukraine?
But according to the Russians over there, which who fucking knows, you know, not saying that I believe Russians are the ones you really want to believe in, but however, they think they're doing really horrible things over there. So much that they would attack the country.
They don't know what's going on over there. Putin has done a real good job.
But we do. I mean, these guys are literally bordering with them. That would be like Russia telling us, "Hey, man, you don't know what's going on in Mexico, but we do."
Well, I can read the news, and I can see that, like, Putin...
You can read our news, is what you can read.
Putin has gone as far to tell these people that they're doing black magic. That's how deep they are in Russian state media. They don't know truth from lies. They have no idea.
Yeah, no doubt.
That they
And
don't
we're
even.
the same way.
They're fleeing the country. They don't want to be part of that war. And then they were told that they were there because there's a Nazi movement going on. Like none of it's real. If you think that they are justified in their actions, they're not.
I actually think that our propaganda system is way better. Is what I think. That's what I think. I think
sure.
that.
Yeah, if anybody
I'm telling you what they're telling you is probably horseshit. That's what I'm telling you. And the way to discover this, man, for real now, check it out. Go get on some of these video games that these kids get on, and you can pretty much communicate with all these people from different countries. And they'll give you the aspect on exactly how they feel,
We can do that without video
on
games.
what's really going on around.
We can do that with media. We can see reporters from multiple different countries who have no shared interest to lie about this stuff. That's how we can tell what the truth is.
Well, see, that's where I'm at. I really could give a shit less if Trump sucks or not, to be honest with you. I just don't give you the debate, man, because nobody else was. You know what I'm saying? But you can do that no matter where you look at. It would be like you're going to give your media, but you're going to give the side of media that you watch, that you agree with.
There's a thing called
and
media literacy.
I think a lot of the Trump people do the same thing,
I think there's a thing called media
like
literacy.
I'm not for neither one or the other,
I think there's a thing called media literacy, and I think that there's ways to verify if information is likely to be true and if it's not. And for you just to allude that any one side of a belief is probably just not worth looking into because there's so much stuff to sort through.
Oh, no, I would
that's
absolutely disagree with that. I would think that you would need to look into every bit of it to find out if it's truth or not.
Well, yeah, sure.
I mean, I wouldn't just say, hey, I'm just going to look over here at this side and say, hey, well, this is true. Well, let's look over here and look at this side and go, well, wait a minute, maybe this is true.
Yeah, I don't know. I
think a lot of times is going to be in the eyes of the beholder.
There's ways to look at primary resources. There's ways to look at all of this stuff, all right? And there's no reason to just throw your hands up and say, I don't know what to believe. It's pretty easy to look at fact checking, to see who's lying the most, and it's not both sides. It's Trump lying a lot. So much so that we can't even focus on one lie to dismantle it for everybody. He's already on the next one.
Yeah, you can bet, man. And a lot of it is, and all I'm saying is they're all like that, brother. Every one of them has got up there. They've lied to our faces. All
Can you
of
tell
them.
me what the most
It's
horrible
not
lie
just
Joe
Trump,
Biden said?
you know what I mean? You can have a most dislike for him.
No,
as you had somebody
can you
else.
tell me like some of the worst lies Biden or Kamala said?
What's that? Some of the. Let's see. Well, I'd have to get on there and probably Google it, but
That's the difference because I don't have to.
Right there. I can literally just.
I can think of a thing.
I'm just sitting in my living room drinking Pepsi.
Okay, well, I'll give you a few off the top of my head.
It really wasn't the biggest lie that was told right there was just the fact that he wasn't even competent enough to even hardly walk around, man.
All right,
I've seen him watch this on TV for myself.
I've seen Trump look even worse.
Completely try to make that not so.
Trump is literally the same condition. I think that's a lot of propaganda too.
He might be. You know what I mean? There's no doubt. We work for. Our country's got some disgusting people hiding a lot of disgusting facts about a lot of people.
I don't think that's a huge egregious lie. Like if Biden came out and said that Tylenol caused autism, that's a pretty bad lie. That's what Trump just did that.
Yeah.
He says that foreign countries pay the tariffs. He still continues to say that lie. He says he's balancing the budget. He says he's going to reduce, he's going to stop the wars in one day. He's going to reduce gas and grocery prices one day. Instead, he added taxes to all of these things. And then lies about who
Kamala
pays those
Harris,
taxes.
If she would have done the one job that she was assigned,
she wasn't assigned a job.
If she would have handled the one job that she assigned as far as keeping immigration down a little bit lower,
can you tell me
across
one
the border,
thing?
she might have won the election.
Can you tell me one thing she did on immigration?
Nothing. That's
Okay,
exactly
so
the point.
I can tell
she
you
didn't even go down to the border.
Yes, she did in
And
2021.
she admitted it.
She did. And you don't really need to go to the border.
The end of it don't count. You can't go down at the end of it. You got to do it while you're doing the job.
It was the beginning. 2021 was the beginning. So she actually was tasked with going to the Northern Triangle south of the border and creating jobs and raising private funds. She raised $5.2 billion in private funds, created jobs, and reduced the outflow of migrants from those countries by 60%. She did do her job, and Trump just lied about it so much, nobody cared about the truth. Nobody cared to Google it. You didn't care to Google it. Your friends didn't care to Google it. They just wanted to call her the border czar.
They wanted to call her the border czar or the other guy around. I thought it was the different guy. The Hoffman fella. Wasn't that the one they're calling the border czar?
They were calling Kamala the border czar.
They were calling Kamala the border czar?
Yeah, now Tom Homan is the border czar.
No, he's the border czar.
Yeah,
But see, but a lot of what you're saying is not adding up, though, man. I mean, and I get into this a lot of times right there with the fact checking and people using Google to fact check. Google is nothing but information of all the people combined together. It's not some remote fucking scientist up there picking up facts to put out.
Dude, Google is
something that facts are put into.
Google is a
and
search
they
engine.
change, man. I can get on there right now and fact check. Probably I can go through there. I'm certain I can go through there and find one truth different from another.
Again, so you're just saying you're incapable of figuring out the truth, and I'm not in that position.
Well, no, I'm not saying I'm incapable of figuring out the truth. I'm just telling you that you might be believing something false, and so may I.
How can we figure out what's
That's the difference.
true?
The one not being able to figure out
How
what's
can we
true
figure
is
out
you,
what's
my
true?
friend. What's that?
How do I figure out what's true?
Well, you're counting on somebody else to tell you the truth is what you're doing, and therefore it doesn't work that way. You're
Okay, so
counting
what
on
if
a
I
computer to tell you the truth.
What if I read a bunch of different news sites that all say that Kamala did this, and then a bunch of the companies that did raise that money also say they did this, and that their taxes say they did this, and that these companies now exist in those countries, and those jobs exist, and those people are actually working?
I would
How
say
is that
not
refutable?
myself, but I would say there's a person right there that can get on there, and for every one of them that you can say, they can fact check it and find out to where it's not so. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure they can.
So,
Or
like, Chewy and
this stuff
Target
wouldn't
have
be this stuff
physical
wouldn't be on the
buildings in these
TV screen every day for us to see.
Chewy
You know
and
what I
Target
mean?
have physical buildings in these countries now. That's irrefutable. You can see them on satellite.
Who?
This is going to be real hard. Chewy, the dog food company, Target,
Yeah.
Target, the outlet store. Those are physical stores now in these countries because of Kamala.
Right. And what countries?
Guatemala, I believe El Salvador, and the Northern Triangle, whichever the last one is.
So we got American companies so that's a good thing that they put American companies into these other countries.
Mhm.
Is what you say. You think that's a good thing?
Yeah, it's a
That
fantastic thing.
these companies go and move it. See, I don't agree with that. I agree with the working man right here.
What?
The one out here struggling, man, that bleeds every day for the Americans. Now, come
Doug,
on, think about
someone
it.
in
Now, if you're
America
gonna,
is
why
making-
would I take my company and take it down here so I can get cheaper fucking
They're
labor?
expanding.
Why would I do that? How do you think that's good of being a good American?
Dude, this is an American company making more money.
Yeah, the American company making more money because they don't want to pay the Americans the proper wage, so they're going to move into a
Doug, these
third
are
world country so
stores.
they can
These
get
are
it made for
stores.
less.
Are we not
You're
allowed to
damn right
expand
they
our
should be
stores
taxed
outside
more.
of the U.S.?
You see, this is what they want us doing anyway, buddy. They want us poor people like that, or what they call the middle class, arguing amongst one another while the whole circle of them, I tell you, is sitting there pointing at you. That's why when they go to vote, when they say the winner of that state, they call it the Commonwealth. That's why they call it that.
Okay.
Because we're
How many
considered peasants
migrants?
to all of them, Gus.
How
To
many
all of them.
jobs? How many jobs do you think that stole from us? The stores that are
Not enough really to be significant. It's actually just honestly
literally none.
just
Those are-
irrelevant.
those stores-
irrelevant. I'm just throwing it out there
The
at you,
demand
bud.
of those stores is created in those countries and fulfilled in those countries. How would you be mad about that?
Do what now? My dogs are raising hell at my
The
neighbor.
demand of that store is created in that country and fulfilled in that country. How are you mad at that?
It's not that I'm mad at it. I'm not. I'm just putting the argument out there. Like I told you, it's kind of irrelevant
Trump just
to me.
gave $40 billion
But if
to
you was,
Argentina. Trump
I'm
just
just
gave
going to
$40
give you what the
billion.
argument is.
Trump just gave $40
That would be
billion.
the argument,
Listen,
you know.
Kamala raised $5 billion. Trump just gave $40 billion to Argentina for no reason because they're buddies, and he's going to introduce cheap beef into American markets and fuck over the American farmers, the cattle farmers. That is actually bad. That you can actually say
that is
is
true.
bad.
That is a very shitty thing. It actually is. I agree with you, buddy. There's a lot of shitty things that they do. There's a lot of things that they do that we don't even know why they're doing.
Well, I thought this was the most transparent president we've ever had.
It's the way it's the way the shit works. Why it works that way, I have no
I don't think
idea.
so.
And it just trickles down to smaller politicians too.
I think that if you have a problem
It's
with
one of those-
Biden having his son go to Ukraine to actually work and make a living, and like sending money to Ukraine to protect themselves in a war,
You shouldn't. When you reach politician status, you shouldn't be doing that. You just like the Pelosi shouldn't be trading on the stock market. No, Trump shouldn't be sending his kids to do shit.
Pelosi has
What
made...
I'm saying is they all do this shit.
No.
This is what they all do. This shit, man. You can't argue that all these. Name one good fucking politician we got, man.
I can live
Let it be
with,
which one you think's really, really good and for the people. Other than not taking
AOC,
the damn
Bernie
taxpayers'
Sanders.
I knew you was coming with Bernie.
Yeah.
How did I not know? We always like to use Bernie.
Yeah.
You think his way right there that socialism or we should go to more fairness right there, because the whole fair system, the whole barter system and shit is a crock of shit. You see, I make X amount of dollars and I go provide a service for people, and when they pay me, and I use that money to purchase another service for. So the way money works just trickles down. Bernie's whole shit, man, just free health care, you can't have it, man.
I don't think you have a good
give
understanding of
everybody,
it.
How you gonna let why Bernie's all about everybody gets equal health care. It can't work that way.
It literally
There's always
works in
going to
every
be a
other
person
country
that
on
says
Earth.
I do more than that person.
Every
does.
other country, every other developed country, in fact, all 50 countries in the top 50 in the world for healthcare are universal healthcare providers, and we are 50th place. We are 50th. So every single one of them, 49 of them that are doing better than us, it just so happens that they all have in common a universal single payer tax or healthcare program. All of them.
Right. And which countries has really got it so much better than us? I mean, if there's 50 countries that's got
Ireland,
it better,
Sweden,
Canada does not have better medical than us. They have free medical, but it's not better medical. You see, when you put a price on something right there, we don't receive it.
We do.
By no means do me and you receive the top-notch medical health care that you get in the United States of America.
No one
But when you
receives
put
it.
the top-notch health care up there that can be afforded by the rich,
there's tens
we
of
got
millions
the
of
best.
people that don't get any at all. So that's what I'm more concerned
there
with. Canada,
absolutely is.
No, Canada has a 4-year longer life expectancy than us, and they also pay less per capita. So like every country pays about half what we pay, and they get better outcomes. They live longer. They have less diabetes. They have less all of these things, and they pay less.
Yeah. And see, man, and this is a sad thing too. You get to talking about other countries, and I know you probably just heard my 3 dogs barking. That my dogs live better than a lot of human beings do.
That's
so
not
this
good.
is a sad thing.
That's not good.
And I'm blessed that I can do this for them. But man, it's not my fault that it's that way. And like I say, man, they're all of them. You can't ever convince me either wise. It's just like calling a sin, or one's worse than the other. They all do some pretty damn bad things, buddy.
I don't.
And then every now and then a little good thing might pop up out of there.
I think we can talk about this with nuance, and that easily falls apart, and we can start putting things like on a scale of how bad they are, and I think that's necessary.
Which is worse and which ain't.
And I think Trump,
absolutely.
I think Trump is a 13 on a Richter scale on like everything that we talked about, and I think that Biden and everyone else you're alluding to is like a 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a 2, maybe a 1.
You want me to tell you how Trump won the election? It was when he come out there and told everybody all the dirty shit that the politicians was doing. If nobody didn't know it anyway. And he caught the eye of the poor man when he did that.
Well, all he did was, this is a very famous position to have. It's far right to do this. It's called anti-government conspiracy. And he kept spouting this over and over and over again to create the illusion of fraudulent elections and bad government. and it's basically, it's not this new brilliant idea. It's a line we don't cross. It's called fascism.
But it's been going on forever. It's
You
been
can't really
the
point
one
to it.
side has used it
Besides-
against the other side.
besides Nixon,
you know,
Can't really point to any real
it's
corruption.
always the Democrats going to run the fucking world, or the Republicans is going to run the fucking world. You know, it's always been that way.
No.
I
think
I
that,
guess
yes,
it's kind of like
people-
checks and balances. It kind of keeps it in there.
People, when
I haven't
Trump says
remembered
this
one
stuff-
president that wasn't the Antichrist in the past. I mean, since I was growing up, I've been waiting for him.
Yeah.
You know, but Obama was him. Bush,
Yeah.
it was before
So you're
him.
just kind of jaded from
But
people
most
crying
certainly
wolf.
Trump is now.
And-
By all means, Donald
well,
Trump's probably
Trump-
the Antichrist.
We can actually substantiate how Trump is doing fascism. He hits all 14 points, tenets of fascism. And these are the warning signs for us to say, hey, this is somebody who wants to do authoritarianism and do horrible things. And Trump is a malignant narcissist, and it's not all the same. It's not. He is definitely doing things mostly for himself. He's enriching himself. He's doing horrible things you can't explain, giving free money to Argentina, giving taxing, tariffing the whole world with an executive order. He is doing things unilaterally with no checks and balances. He gutted all of the people who hold him accountable. He fired all of the inspector generals on his way in. He is no checks and balances right now. He's doing whatever the fuck he wants.
He might be getting away with as much as he possibly can, but that's still why we got a two-party system. Now, hell, I don't even know if it's a two, but it might be a three-party system, depending on how you want to look at the independents. But, I mean, you know, they're going to shut it down, just like they did. They done shut the government down. And then we don't really know who's to blame as far as it comes to people. We could say it was the Democrats not wanting to feed us, or we could say it was Trump so he could pull some other scheme off while they're looking at this. I mean, it's like I say. And what other than the internet have you really seen our country kind of really go through lots of changes other than the gas price and food prices? What really is affecting us in America that this president is doing? How are you feeling it in your pocket right there?
The gas prices are.
What are you feeling in your pocket?
The gas prices are literally the same. The average household is seeing a $2,000 to $3,000 higher expenses because of Trump's tariffs yearly. The economy is slowing down. Jobs are down. Trump won't even release the jobs report and inflation report. There's nothing to brag about. Trump just spent $5 trillion. The economy should be fucking roaring. The economy should be on fire. It's not doing anything.
It depends, and you know, and I just went through this, man, in Florida 4 years ago. And I'm going to tell you the oddest thing is, you see, I got a brother that lives in Colorado, and we do talk. And he said, you know, he said, right now the Democrat, he said, you need to move to the blue state. You know what he's saying right now? I need to move to the red state. Now, this is kind of screwed up that we even have to deal with it like this as people. But see, where I'm from, the economy is a bumping over here, dude. People are making money. You're looking out here, you're seeing trucks moving. You're seeing cranes out here at the beach. You're seeing building going on like you just can't. Everywhere you go.
It's anecdotal.
Everywhere you turn, there's a building popping up. People are making money. And the gas is around $2, a little bit less per gallon.
If you look at the
So it's
national
really
average,
not, you know?
it's literally 1 cent different than last year. 1 cent.
But see, I could remember now, it wasn't long ago, just a couple of years ago when I pulled up there, it was close to about $5 a gallon where I'm at.
Yeah. Have you ever looked into why gas went up a few years ago?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was Trump's fault. But see, man, to be honest with you, it went lower. It grew. When I watched it grow, growing up, because I was born in the 70s, I've got to watch a lot of this. And not only that, dude, by the way, my father was a school board member, so he was a retired politician over here for 20 years. I know how these people sit around the table and talk about us. Die-hard Democrat. My daddy, die-hard Democrat. I think they're all scumbags. Because I have seen what they say when you sit at the table and there's nobody there.
Yeah. Is it worse than
I've seen how they laugh,
poisoning
how
the
they
blood
joke,
of the country?
how
saying
the
that
old
women
gal's
aren't
old
black?
fat ass, you know. No, I don't. I'm not there. I've never seen no sacrificial shit. Wasn't like that. It was just common people they thought of as trash. I would be considered trash to them as of now. And most of them view us that way, man. Sorry to tell you.
They They are now this giant anti-intellectual movement that has gutted the education system in this country in the name of reproducing. And women's rights are on the chopping block. Like 20 states have outlawed abortion, and it is
Yeah,
a
you
big
see, that's
drastic
things
change.
I don't necessarily agree with. No, I am most certainly pro-life. I don't think you should abort a kid. However, you shouldn't just not be allowed. There's some reasons that it should happen. Just to go out there and kill your baby because you got pregnant, I'm never going to buy into it. That's
Yeah,
my opinion, just like you
that's-
have yours.
That's fine.
But now I think it should be, and I think it should be few and not very often. You shouldn't just be to go up there and have an abortion because you fucked up.
Well, I don't think we should be able to tell people what they can and can't do with their bodies. I don't think anybody owes you 9 months of free labor and carrying a child inside of them.
I
think anybody
don't,
owes you
but
that.
as a father, where would my right be if I wanted the kids?
You get to go fuck someone else.
Right. So therefore, I mean,
No one owes you a kid.
To
What do you
me,
mean?
that's where the whole bottom line. Once I put my kid inside of her for her to take, and it becomes our kid, then it has to be our decision.
No.
Not a one decision.
Nobody,
No.
you cannot compel somebody to do free labor and use their body for you for 9 months. I'm sorry, I would never do that to somebody.
Why would it be
No.
free labor? It wouldn't
does
be
she
free
get
labor
paid?
because let me tell you how this works, buddy. It's not free
does she get
labor
paid?
because if she decides not to marry you, you're going to pay. You're going to pay child support, possibly alimony.
Yeah,
you
you're
are
paying
most
her
certainly
for
going.
her
You're going to
labor.
pay for them 9 months of labor, no matter how you want to
No,
look at it.
she doesn't get paid for those 9 months. She doesn't get. You don't get to pay her for anything for those 9 months. Nope. You don't pay her anything. That's wrong.
You don't pay her nothing.
Nope.
If she has no value of life, then I could see to where she's not got paid enough. To me, I would value the life as paid.
Okay, when do women
And
get paid before
I would
birth?
most certainly be
When do
most
women
grateful
get- when
and
do women
was
get
for my
paid-
wife to take my kids.
When do women get paid before
But
they
she
give
didn't
birth?
give free labor. She made the choice.
When do they
She
get
made the
paid before
choice
they
and
give
she let
birth?
me have it. And they do. They all make that choice, and that could happen right there.
You get
They
the
know
car
the
every day,
results
but
of the
does that mean
consequences if you have sex.
do you consent to
unprotected.
being in a car crash when you drive?
Do I consent to be in the car crash when I drive?
Should we stop
No, I
people?
do not consent on it, but I'll put it to you like this. It was my choice to begin with when I climbed in that car. I know that the consequences are there,
So
most certainly.
so I
I'll
should
probably have a
stop-
better chance of
What if
getting in a
what if I
wreck
stopped
than I
all-
would flying in an airplane.
What if I stopped all medical intervention that would save your life because you chose? You need to own responsibility after that car wreck, bro.
I would say it would probably been God's will
All right, that
I died that
you're
day.
being
In fact, a lot of
dishonest.
people, a lot
Nobody
of that,
does this.
a lot of people live on
Nobody-
that now, man.
Nobody does
Through
this.
medicines
Nobody
and
tries to
stuff, you know?
stop people from getting medical help after they were in a car crash because they chose to drive, and that was they need to deal with the consequence. Nobody does that.
Well, let's look at it like now. You can't put it that way. Sorry, buddy. It does not work that way. You can't use a medical crash and then getting pregnant at the same time. That's not.
It
And
absolutely is.
denying
Just
you,
because
they're not being denied medical care because they're in a problem. They're
They are.
searching out that because they created the problem.
Well, I think that you
I
should be able
mean,
to consent to pregnancy every single moment of it, not just the
Mm-hmm.
beginning. Just because you have sex, everybody enjoys sex, and I've had sex a lot, like at least like 6 or 7
Yeah,
times,
man.
and I've never tried to have a kid. So I think people when they have sex, it's because it feels good not to have kids.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely. It does happen that way, certainly. But hey, man, when that mistake comes, though, I'm just. You can call it what you want to. It's like I tell you, the soul don't never die. How do I know that little voice in your head the first time you heard it? That one that's your interdialect guy doesn't grow old. So that little baby in there, that's a live human being, man.
Not really.
And it does. I don't care what anybody says. You can't convince me it's okay to snatch his little arms off, buddy. You can't tell me that's okay.
Here's the reason
Have
why
you
I
ever
say
seen
it's
that
okay.
go down?
Yes.
Have you ever seen that go down?
I've done a few. Yeah.
Some shit just ain't okay, man. Some of it is, but some of it ain't. Okay,
So
and that's
the
what I'm
reason is
telling you.
the reason you're doing that is probably because just like this
Because that's the way I believe.
this primal feeling of like seeing a thing human shaped, but I don't have like moral consideration for anything that doesn't have like sentient thought. So like if you unalive that thing inside of a woman's belly before 20 weeks, it doesn't even have a brain stem and it doesn't have a fully developed brain to experience pain. So when you see something pulled apart like that, you're like, "Oh, that must hurt." But it doesn't, it's not awake, it's not asleep, it's nothing. It doesn't feel anything. So for the same reason I don't give a shit when I step on an ant, I don't care when an embryo is unalived. The same way when we do IVF and there are a tray of embryos that they just throw out because they only use 2 or 3, I don't care. I don't think that they're mass murderers. I think that is a wild worldview. It's absurd.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I view the same thing. Man, I was raised on the farm. I do get it, but also being raised on that same farm, man, I've seen lots of animals get.
Yeah. So you don't really care when like an animal gets slaughtered, right? Hello? We might have lost him, guys. And I apologize if I can't bring a woman up when I do the Google Voice calls.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yellow.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Bro, do you have that, like, not many people joining where you have to have that guy on for that long?
Yeah.
That was fucking crazy. Yo, I got a question. He said one thing about trickle down economics that you said that doesn't exist. Am I correct?
I don't think I said that to that. But trickle down economics doesn't work, no.
Can you tell me how much do you know the market cap of Amazon? It's like 2.6 trillion.
Okay.
And Jeff Bezos' share in that is about $200 billion. So where's the other $2.4 trillion?
Probably widely invested all over the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly the United States, though, because it is a U.S.-based stock market. You need a social security number to invest here.
Yep.
So that 2.4 trillion, is it not wealth?
It is, and when we've seen that trillion or 2 trillion amass, have we seen the average wage raise proportionally of his employees?
Not probably new employees, but older employees and people.
The C-suite employees, maybe.
And yeah, C-suite employees who get paid in shares.
So no.
Absolutely, they're all millionaires
So
now.
those are already the people at the top. We're talking about wealth distribution between the average person and the highest. And
the average person doesn't need to be a millionaire.
The trickle-down economics doesn't work because wages do not increase with productivity. That is the bottom line. That's what that means. And that is the example. The average Amazon wages have not moved very much at all. And Bezos has become significantly richer over the last 10 years.
But that doesn't mean that it didn't work. That it doesn't. That $2.4 trillion is in the hands of other Americans in this moment. Now you're saying that the workers didn't get it. That's one thing. You're arguing. You're trying to split hairs here. But the 2.4 trillion he did create. So there is wealth that is going to eventually go from boomers to the next generation that does exist because of this man existing.
Yeah,
now, even if you
not
took
the
away
way
his
that you
$200
think.
billion,
That wealth is still amassed in his pocket, and it's centralized in his companies.
no, it's not.
It's
He only has
it's
200
in
billion
assets.
of it.
It's in assets and stocks. It absolutely is
Only-
not. It's in like 12 people's hands. It's not in 1,000.
No, it's not.
It's not doing what you're saying it's doing. And the perfect example is the wages not going up. Wages used to go up significantly more with productivity when we had a higher tax bracket, a higher tax rate.
Yeah, I mean, I
And that's what I'm alluding to. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Sure,
When you guys cheer for the tax breaks for very, very, very rich people, it's not coming to you unless you just somehow are the lucky person he buys a building from. Like it's not working the way you're alluding to.
So again, the $2.4 trillion, either it exists or it does not exist.
It's probably
It doesn't.
assets. It's probably Fugazi.
It's Fugazi. Okay,
Yeah.
so it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So that means
it's
you don't have a
assets.
fundamental understanding of the markets, or you don't have an understanding of how an economy runs. You should take an economics class.
Okay. And you think trickle down is good and working?
I think over the past 70 years, the life that people live is much better compared to 70 years ago. People have everything they pretty much can ask for and need. There is still poverty that we need to.
That's not criteria of trickle down working.
So then how is it? What do you mean? So as the stock market grew after Ronald Reagan cut the taxes, and then you had 800% returns or 800, the markets and the investments all came 8x. I don't know if you know how people were living in the late 80s and the early 90s.
Quality of
The
living
shit was
to do with
the
wealth.
shit was amazing.
Quality of living has nothing to do. Like we are looking at things being more accessible because the market allows for it, not because we're richer. So like I can get this amazing cell phone that in the 2000s would have cost me $3 million, and it cost me $1,500.
And where do you think that's why the private companies it's better for the money to be there than it is with the government. And you want it to be with the government.
I don't want it in the government's hands.
Yeah, you do. You want it in the
I want it to be toppled over. I want the rich people's money to go
taxes.
and then to spread.
You want higher taxes.
Yes.
So let me tell you how ridiculous what you just said is, bro. Because you said that you wanted all of the billionaires' money to topple over and be distributed amongst the bottom 90% of people. Yeah. Do you know how much all of the billionaires' net worth in America is? It's about $4 trillion. It's $4 trillion. Yeah,
I know. I've had this talk before. It's not about them paying once. It's about
can you tell your guest? Can you tell your guest? Can you tell your guest what we were going to head to since you didn't let me explain it?
Go for it. What?
So are you going to explain it to him or can I?
Do it.
So the total billionaire class, if you put them all in a room, if they all fit in a 1,000 seat arena or 2,000 seat arena, you took all of their wealth, you put a meeting and you said, hey, I need all of your money. It's about 4 to 5. This is a couple years old. Maybe it is $6 trillion now. That's one spending bill in America. You want to basically eliminate the entire billionaire, the people who created all of the shit that you have right now, and say, we don't want you to exist because the government's going to give me my money. No, what they're going to do is spend it. They've had this way of making money disappear, and that's who you want to have all of the money. That's stupid.
You guys are just injecting it into the military where it famously disappears. We want it in the hands of the people.
Okay. So who is they? The government, right? You do agree?
The Republicans.
So the Democrats did they lower defense spending? They also increased defense spending.
Not in the magnitude that y'all do.
Why are you turning to this a right-left thing?
Because this is a debate about right versus left.
Life, right, left. Because that's your job.
Is a losing argument.
It's not a losing argument.
Trump in his last administration did $2.2 trillion of increased budget for the military, and then again this time did the same thing. He's building a golden dome. He's got $140 billion ICE. You guys are fucking sane if you think it's the same on both sides. You guys spent $20 trillion in the.
Is it bad on both sides? Is it wasteful on both sides?
One side's like a 1, the other side's like a 13. Yeah.
Oh my god, bro! Like, okay? So how much did Obama lower the defense spending by?
That's not my claim.
So then, how much did Biden lower the defense spending by?
That's not my claim.
So then, how can it be worse? How can they be better
Because
for it?
they can both
They're all
increase it by
raising
a
it.
little bit, and then
They
Trump
all
increases
increase
it by
it.
a lot of it, and it's different, and you have to acknowledge that. If you're going to be responsible, you're going to talk about the budget at all, you can't same sides this.
It is both sides, man.
Nah.
They both have the defense spending. They both fund and make money disappear. And let me tell you something. This is why it's so dangerous to advocate for the private sector not to have the money and preferred in the pockets of. Do you think do you think the PayPal profits, if Elon Musk would have died that day that he got paid out for his PayPal money, do you think that it would have been? Do you think that there would have, SpaceX or Tesla would have been existed if the money would have been in the government's hands? No, they would have just spent
I
a
love
hundred.
that you admit that. Yeah, Elon Musk is pretty much a fucking leech in a government. He takes $8 million from us a day. He's not the brilliant bitch you think he is.
He's a I'm asking that he got paid like $144 million, right, for PayPal.
He bought it. Yeah, he had a site called like XZip or something, and
He sold PayPal. He sold it. Turned to PayPal.
Yeah, he sold.
Or he sold
this.
it, right?
His buddy is the one who wrote the code for this, and
Sure.
PayPal bought him, and then he changed the founding documents of PayPal to make it look like he fucking founded it. Same thing with Tesla. Same thing with a few other things that he did. He's a liar.
Sure, you hate the guy, whatever. Let's use
No, he's a liar.
You want to sidestep the issue because you're talking about the individual, and I'm talking about the actions after the fact. I said if he was dead, you're talking about a dead man in this scenario, and you want to talk about Elon bad. I said he's dead, and you're still like fucking crying about Elon. Like what the fuck, bro? It's like impossible to talk to you.
Elon and Trump already broke up. I know.
It's like it's impossible to talk to you guys,
Where's
man.
Doge?
Bro, stop being stupid, bro, for 1 second, and answer the question.
Trying to do the whole
144 million he got paid out or something like that. If it went to the government because he had no heirs, that's what happens with people who die and their money goes to the government. What do you think would have happened? They are better distributors of wealth.
He's
When
amassed so much. What is it? What is that wealth doing
in
right
the
now?
hand, when it's in the hands of private sector individuals who are creating things, it's better in their hands than it is in the government's hands.
That's not the only two things, right? The government's not just taking this and holding it. They give it back to the private sector.
Exactly. That's where it should be.
Yeah,
That's
but
what-
in a bunch of people's hands, in a bunch of private sectors, small businesses. That's the lifeblood of America. Small businesses, yes.
Small businesses still employ more than the Fortune 500 companies.
There you
like
go.
I'm
So that's a
talking
point
about.
for me. Yeah, we should take all
It's
of
not
this
a
money
point
and
for
give it to
you.
all.
The fact that they both can coexist does not mean that small
No.
businesses will just literally disappear.
It
They're
literally-
still the backbone of
If we
American
can
economy.
if we can keep pushing for more of that, I say it's easily better than one man having all of this power and affecting entire countries' politics. No, I don't think that we should have that.
So then cry about you. Now you're crying about money in politics. That's Citizens United, and who has overturned it? Nobody.
Oh my God.
This is again a left and right issue, but your job is to try to villainize a specific group.
You guys have just like championed
right-
hiring 14 billionaires into the
The
Oval
right
Office, man.
and the left, the
Stop saying
elite.
it's no. You guys are
The,
being tricked by the
elite
elites.
class of the right and the left, and you're literally glazing Democratic billionaires. Like you're like, bro, why are you
Yes.
glazing billionaires yourself? Like
Because
you're the
because
billionaire.
our billionaires, they give back. They donate tons to GMO or
Nah,
NGOs.
bro.
They donate they
No,
donate
they
to people who raise their taxes. So like when Soros is here, Biden, here's a bunch of money. I hope you raise my taxes. I think that's very noble. But when the richest man in the world just wants a tax cut, I question if his motives are to really help everybody.
Again, it's much better for them to have the money than the American government. What did the American government do?
So it's top versus bottom, but you still want the rich people to have more money.
No, it's because I'm pointing out the inconsistency with your argument because you're trying to pretend that it's like a fucking this Republican villain idea, like if the Democratic donor class doesn't exist, like that whole corporate fucking Democratic corporate shills don't exist. Like
Okay, just have to prove to me what they're doing and what laws they're writing that are so against our interests, because I can just point at a million that Trump does.
Citizens United, passing Citizens United was
Okay,
against
but okay, we can just look at a million things. Okay, Trump just criminalized all hemp-derived products for the United States. So, like, I'm in Texas, I can't get
Yeah,
weed.
because
I
people are
can't get
getting
any of the other.
because people are abusing the system to get high and fucking ruin people's lives
Oh,
with these
dude,
fucking.
what? What?
Yeah.
The safest, like, mildest version of something that grows out of the ground that's hurting
No,
people?
because it's being highly concentrated and sold in stores to mostly minors.
No, the hemp products are like 0.3% THC. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's
It's
big
not going through
alcohol.
THC when
Big
they're
alcohol
fucking concentrated.
lobbied all of your people, and they outlawed this shit. And now a bunch of people who use this stuff to stay off of alcohol or other hard drugs, now they're probably gonna resort to that stuff.
Bro, you want to pretend like that, like fucking alcohol. Okay, fuck it, ban alcohol. Go ahead. I don't give a fuck.
No, this. We've tried this. Remember, you guys got to read history. We tried this. We're living in it. The war on drugs. How successful has it been?
So what would be better to have a fucking city like Portland, Oregon, or
Yeah.
Seattle, Washington?
Yes.
That's what you'd prefer.
Yes.
Fuck
You
outta
guys
here.
have no nuance on how cities work. You just point to big populations like, look at all this crime. It's so bad. It's the only way Republicans get votes. What do Republicans do that's so good for homeless people and crime? Like, you guys just can't even hold a major city. So you just cry about homeless people all the time.
California was governed. The last surplus they had was a Republican governor. That was the last time that California saw a surplus. Is that true or not?
What do Republican
Is that
governors
true or
do
not?
about homelessness besides gut
Is
all
that
those
true or
programs?
not?
What do they do?
Schwarzenegger had way less homelessness than
And what
Newsom.
do
Are
they do?
you
It's just a
insane?
different time period. What do they
Are-
do?
Oh my God! Now it's because it's a different time period.
Yeah,
It's not because
explain to
things
me
have
what he did.
digressed.
What did he do?
Things aren't regressing, and
What
the way of quality of life isn't regressing in California. It's just a new age. No, it's fucking
You're right.
bad policy that's creating this new bad age.
do?
Like,
What do
bro, you're such
what,
like you make such
what do
excuses
they
for
do?
people.
What do they do to stop homelessness? Tell me, what do they do?
They don't allow people to just fucking create open air drug markets. That's what
I
they.
don't think
that's what
anybody
they
does that.
Yes,
I think
they do.
Trump
They do in
literally just
California.
very famously pardoned the guy who fucking ran Silk Road. He just very famously pardoned. He's gonna pardon a guy that sent 100 billion tons of cocaine into the
So
U.S.
do you know how pardons work? Like, can I ask you?
You
Like,
pay
do you
Trump $1
actually
million,
know?
you get a pardon?
No, because basically, honestly, I'm against this whole pardon shit. Like on both sides. Again, I agree with you that shit is stupid as fuck for him to do, and I think that it's bad. But these are basically people who have lobbyists that are within proximity to these.
So he's selling
to
pardons.
government officials.
Yeah.
So these government officials
He's selling
no
pardons.
No, it's not about selling. These are things
Yes.
like why do you think that Biden pardons all these like hardened criminals and stuff? It's not because he fucking knows who they are. He's just signing fucking
Stop.
paper.
I can tell you exactly why. So when Trump was in office, he very famously started doing a lot of executions on death row. Something we had paused for a long time because there's so many innocent people that die. 12 days before
There's
he
not so
did
many
an
innocent
execution.
people that die.
Yes, 4% of people on death row are innocent.
Is that super famous K in Minnesota? Like, why didn't Biden pardon him?
Who?
That black gentleman that was supposedly innocent. Why did he pardon him?
I don't know.
The guy got executed.
He didn't pardon anybody, by the way. He commuted sentences, so they didn't get put to death.
Okay. So why didn't he do it for him?
I don't know, because he was doing it for people that were going to be put to death by the federal government, not the state.
Yeah, he was being put.
That's a state charge, dude.
He was being
pardoned
put.
state charges.
Again, the pardons happen, do they not?
What does that mean? What? That's not profound at all.
Both sides do these pardons. Both presidents have done pardons and pardoned people with criminal records.
Both do pardons. Okay, now let's dig deeper. Biden pardoned his son, who was the center of a Republican smear campaign and who did a gun purchase while being on drugs and didn't pay taxes for a year. Ooh, okay. Trump pardons Peter Navarro, Steve Bannon, all these people who, I don't know, defrauded a whole charity for the wall that Trump was going to build, or uh, ignored subpoenas from Congress, the thing that he just tried to get fucking Comey for. He did all of these things for his close friends that were far more criminal and nothing to do with
Again,
something so
so
small.
why the same thing you can say about Biden? Why did he have to pardon his brother who had no criminal?
Because Kash Patel had a fucking list of people he was politically persecuting. He didn't even have crimes he was going to find. He just wanted to find something.
Again, I'm against both of them. I can critique Trump. You can't critique anybody besides
I can
besides
critique the
Trump.
fuck out of Trump.
You can't critique anybody besides Trump is what I'm saying. That's what your job is because that's what your viewers want. That's all. It's like you're a one-trick pony, bro. But I can actually understand what's actually going on in politics, and this is a both sides issue. Political corruption, Citizens United, like it is.
Nobody sells pardons for
elite
$2 billion.
class.
This is new.
It is an elite class versus you, and then you are actually fucking a proponent of that left-leaning billionaire class. Like, and it's so stupid, bro.
Yeah,
It's
Trump's
really
got 15 billionaires in his administration. Biden didn't have any.
You said what?
Biden didn't have any billionaires in his administration, did he?
Absolutely, he does.
Who?
I don't know their fucking names. Whether they're there in his fucking social
McMahon,
network, or
Department
whether
of Education, Brendan Carr, the guy
Again.
who runs the Navy, felon, fucking, he's got 15 of them. 15.
So people who, again, I think that those are the better people to run the country and run the government because they are actually proven creators of wealth, proven creators of businesses. All countries are businesses. All countries are
No, they're
businesses.
not.
Yes,
No, they're not.
absolutely.
A business has a profit motive. Countries are not in the business of making.
So then, why does
profit.
China have a $1.2 trillion surplus?
Okay, well they're a socialist democracy.
No, no. Within their borders, that regardless of what they do within their borders, on economic trade, on international trade, they have a $1.2 trillion surplus. Why do you think that is?
Dude, they have a trade surplus.
Yes.
They have a trade surplus with Australia. That just means they buy more.
No, they have
buy
an
more from them.
overall trade surplus. We have an overall trade deficit. Why are you pretending you don't understand what I'm saying?
But that doesn't mean either of us are in business. What
Yes,
profit?
it
How much
does.
profit has the United States made?
It does.
How much profit have we made?
This is a business.
How much profit have we made?
That's why China has an overall $1.2
Hey, Alex,
trillion
how much profit have we
surplus.
made as a country?
That's the problem. That's why tariffs are good. That's why trying to reorganize trade to the back to the 50s when we had trade surpluses.
So we haven't
Yes,
made any?
you are correct.
So we've made $0.
You're absolutely correct. Exactly.
So we're the worst country ever?
We are in a position because of millionaires and billionaires basically selling out the middle class to these
The people that Trump is working with
by
in his
using
administration?
by using international trade. Like I'm trying to tell you, I mean international labor to basically
we
put
hired
you out. That's why
billionaires to
you have
fix
to do
it?
this instead of working. That's why you have to do this instead of working.
This is
So
working.
it's really not, but
Okay, so Charlie Kirk didn't have a job?
you are not Charlie Kirk, sir. Charlie Kirk had a business that people
So do
actually like. You can't like. This is not a job.
Sure is.
You just compared yourself to Charlie Kirk.
I do exactly what he does.
A nationwide organization with millions of participants, and you have 600 people watching you, brother.
Yeah, and Charlie started somewhere too, right?
Crazy.
Charlie started somewhere too, right?
That's fucking crazy.
I pay all of my bills doing this.
Yes, brother, and I am fucking. I'm also. And look at me. And Warren Buffett. Me and him are just alike.
If you're an entrepreneur, if you're saying you're both entrepreneurs, sure.
Exactly. So again, What I'm saying is, even and you took it in a negative way, and you went way somewhere. But I'm talking about that's why you're creating a service. You don't have a normal job that you clock in and create a product. You have a service job where you're trying to sell entertainment. So it's different between an actual job like the ones that most people could take advantage of here in America. Unlike yourself, you're probably more charismatic than most people and have specific talents that suit this role that you have. But I'm talking about the normal guy who could just use a normal, even minimum wage job that doesn't exist here in America because it's been shipped overseas.
There's like a 4% unemployment rate. This whole thing where we're just like running out of jobs is wild. Especially if you deport people, we're gonna lose even more.
Unemployment at 4% is it's probably it's probably higher, especially for young people. If you look at especially minorities, young minority men and women, their unemployment rates are closer to like 15 and 18%. So you're trying to. I understand that older white people have jobs, and that's like all you probably care about. But minorities have much higher unemployment rates, especially young minorities. That's why our neighborhoods are fucked up.
All right. So when you deport all of these people, it's gonna create less jobs for them. Good job.
If if no, that's not true. Actually, that's absolutely not true. And I'm
That is
not
true.
again, and I'm not even for the whole deportation thing. Everything that you see now is Biden's fault. So
Was it Biden's fault?
because it's a reaction, it's a reaction. It's what America literally said that
Everything
they
is a
wanted,
reaction.
and they
Every
literally
piece,
hyped this
every
president up
every political
to say
movement.
a message, and then they voted for him, and then he said like,
He
"Well,
doesn't
now that
need.
I'm voted for them, I have to implement this message." Basically, what I said. He was probably at one point, and just like he was in his first term, not aggressive. He didn't do this in his first term. In his first term, he was not out there creating this type of
Dude, here's what happened. He had 88 felonies he was staring down the barrel of, and he said, "Hey, billionaire friends, help me out. I'll do anything. I'll let you be the head of this.
Oh,
I'll let you be the head
the
of that."
billionaires bought the elect. You're an election
And
denier.
then, yeah, but I mean, Elon Musk very openly
You're
did
an
this, right?
election denier.
Did Elon Musk openly do
So
this?
he didn't win the election.
No, he did. He used billionaires to win the
He
election.
didn't. Did he win the election fair and square?
Yeah, with the help of billionaires.
Oh my god, bro. This is what I'm saying. If I
Did
have
they
a
not do
point to
that?
make,
Did
and you
did I
don't
miss
have
something?
if you don't have a defensible position, it's like you go full on conspiracy theories. Like, no, it's because
This is not a conspiracy.
the
Elon
only
Musk
reason he's here is
he
because the
held a
election was
lottery. Elon Musk said this himself that he wouldn't have been elected without
oh
him.
my God. 7 swing states, bro.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
So Elon did a lottery in 7 swing states,
He did a
or
lottery in
just
a lot of
Pennsylvania?
them.
No, he only did
He only won by 1.7%.
Yo, this election denial shit is beneath
You
you,
can't just
bro.
keep calling it election denial. We
You-
obviously
You're
see there was influence in the election.
you're denying the election. Oh my
No,
God,
I'm
you
not
sounded
denying
crazy
anything.
to those batshit crazy people who said that
No
there
one's
was
believing you. No one's believing your grandstanding saying I'm an election denier. I am saying simply Elon Musk, did he or did he not donate $240 million to Trump's election and then immediately went in and cut federal departments, and then all of a sudden Doge is not a thing anymore, and all of a sudden
Oh
Trump has
my
unilateral
God.
control of all of the government because of all the cuts he made?
Yo, this is insane.
What's
So he
insane?
did.
Where's the lie?
So we have a
Where's the
usurper
lie?
in office. We have a
Where's the
usurper
lie?
in office. He's a
Can
usurper.
you tell me the lie?
Yeah, the lie is that you're denying the election. That is a
No, I
lie.
didn't deny
He won
anything.
the election. He won 7
What
swing
did I
states.
deny?
90% of the counties in America voted more red than they did blue. You're
With the
trying to
help of
pretend that this is
billionaires. Yeah.
oh, bro, fuck out of here. I can't even you're just lying at this point.
Wait, what
You're
did I
so
lie
full of
about?
shit.
Chat, follow the stream if you enjoy debates. We do these all the time. Tap the screen. We're only at 77K. Let's get to 100. What? Where's the lie, chat? Did I say something?
Maybe I did get my food first yesterday, and that's why I thought there was sweet potato left.
Guys. Chad, if you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate, hop in the box. I'm going to open up the phone line real quick as well. That username was hilarious. Someone said debate Charlie Kirk. You know, I actually tried, and he didn't want to. He didn't want to debate anybody over 20. Tried. We tried. Guys, if you're a Trump supporter, you're welcome to call the phone line that's on the screen. Yellow.
Hey, Lo.
Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
Is this AI?
You're just saying hi?
Yes.
You're a Trump supporter?
Yes.
What do you like about Trump? Yeah. Yellow.
Hello, I hate niggers. That's why I support Trump.
We know.
Yes, niggers are bad.
We know. Chat, if you're a Trump supporter, hop on up. Tell me why you like Trump. My volume is low, says someone on YouTube. Oh, happy Sunday, y'all. It's fun on TikTok. Yellow. Is this a Trump supporter?
Very much so.
Cool. What do you like about Trump?
Just trying to hear you better. Hold on a second. I'm kind of new to this. Well, I got to tell you, I voted Trump since the very beginning, and not so much because of Trump, because looked at the man like, who is this multimillionaire? What's he going to do? But through actual proven experience in 2 terms, I've come to the realization, actually before that, this man's looking out for my personal interest as a Caucasian man. I'm a racial realist, might be a term you're not very familiar with, but I recognize that we are the minority race on earth, white people, and he's, whether directly or indirectly, looking out for us, where much of the left, which is now the far left, wherever you look, is not looking out for us.
What's the furthest position the left has right now in the United States?
I can hear you better.
Who's the furthest left politician we have?
Well, it would have been Kamala had we suffered her.
What was the policy position she held that was so far left?
Well, you know, I'm more of an enlightened, spiritual kind of guy, so I read body language. I read, you know,
What about her body
words.
language was leftist?
Just about everything, you know. It's more than just her body language when it comes to left or right, but yeah, she was screaming further left than poor old Biden, who was maybe at one time,
You can't name a
you know, an
single
old school Democrat.
policy position. Like if she said universal health care, that would be leftist. If she said free checks for everybody, like Trump does, that would be leftist, I guess. You can't name anything.
No, just the obvious, you know, mainstream stuff that kind of belittled and criminalized, you know, white people who basically now built this country. Now I'm going to talk very much on racial terms because that's where I come from. I'm more concerned for my culture than politics. So I'm going to talk to you from what you might consider very offensive terms, but I'm not going to offend any other brown, any other race.
You're probably going to say, "Hey, wouldn't it be really bad if the black race disappeared?" And why can't I say that as a white man? Is that what you're going to say?
No, that sounds hateful. I do believe in segregation, but by will, not segregation of like 30s, 40s, 50s, or whatever they were dealing with back then. But like now we've had this many years to realize certain cultures do clash. There is a term called culture clash, and it exists for a reason.
Which cultures are clashing right now?
The Islamic against Christianity and Judaism, obviously.
Where can we see this?
In UK, in Sweden,
but not here.
In Ireland, in America, in Dearborn, Michigan. Dearborn, Michigan.
Okay, one incident.
No, it's a bomb ready to go off there. You know, we have what do you call terrorist cells all over America right now. Thanks to Biden.
Can you says how do we know this?
Because it's out there, and you're not getting that information because you know you're living in a vacuum.
I'm out here begging people to talk to me from the other side. That's not true.
Sorry?
I'm out here begging people to talk to me from the other side all day, every day. That's not true.
No, just look, you know, at, well, it's all a matter of algorithms, right? So I'm a right-wing Christian conservative, very openly nationalist, as well, patriotic.
Yeah,
and so I'm getting that algorithm, and because you're so caught up in what you want to believe so bad, that you're caught up in that algorithm.
And I showed up on your algorithm, right? And I get people like you all day. I get to talk to Nazis. I get to talk to white supremacists. I get to talk to groypers. I get to talk to homophobes, transphobes, election deniers, fascists like yourself.
Well, you proved yourself an election denier just with the last caller.
That's a stretch. That's not. I'm not denying the outcome of the election.
Well, you know, the first move is to demonize the right. Every term you just used was derogative towards the right. So as if we have no, you know, redeemable properties, where it's us and Christianity that built the Western world. I you know, for you to deny that.
Christianity is also responsible for a lot of the atrocities and the anti-intellectual movement taking place in America.
Certain denominations, yes, and I'm against denominations.
All of them.
I'm for, you know, non-denominational, born-again Christianity.
That's a denomination.
No Catholics, no Protestants, no Methodists, no.
I don't care. You're just doing a neutral
tolerant
Scotsman
of
fallacy.
them.
That's a neutral Scotsman fallacy. Christianity, whether you like their flavor of it or not, is present, and it is just as true to them as yours is true to you. And it is the same problem to me, no matter how you look at it. Both of them are just as bad. And I think that it is a virus, is a social contagion that is pretty much like keeping people from critically thinking like yourself, and from progressing as a society. I think you just want to keep
No,
bringing
I'm
back
speaking.
old ways.
I'm sorry. I'm speaking from outside of denominations, which is a viewpoint you might not be fully familiar with. But no, I'm against all these denominations. I know they were of Satan. This is a familiar term to you, as that you're not going to agree with, but that divides Christians so they don't forge together a more powerful union against the forces of evil. So there are cults among Christianity is all I want to say.
I think there are.
And that's why I am a born again, non-denominational Christian, because that's exactly what Christ was. He was born again.
He was a Jew.
He was baptized, and he didn't want religions. Religious people killed Christ. I'm against religion. I'm for a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, but I might be going off topic.
Yeah, I really don't care what flavor you are. I think it's all.
I'm no flavor. I have a relationship
Even
with the
vanilla
Creator.
is a flavor. You're a flavor of something that is not based in fact or truth. It requires faith. And
No, there's tons of facts on Christianity, and the Bible is a historical roadmap of what happened before
it's not.
us.
It's
There's-
actually not. There's
no,
a lot of
the-
things that contradict things in the Bible very easily.
There's many monuments and roadside portions, geographics of the Middle East
Marvel
that are
Comics
still
is pretty
standing
good, too.
today.
Yeah, Marvel
that
Comics has a
prove
lot
parts of the Bible took place.
Yeah, so historical fiction is a thing, and that's what the Bible is to me. I think that there's a lot of things they pull from in real history that is easy to see. You can just easily just add this to your story. It doesn't make it true, but we can see that obviously Jesus didn't come back from the dead. That's not a thing, and that
No, we had multiple witnesses. We even had witnesses who were against Christ who came out to say, yes, this happened because they were there.
The 3 days of darkness. Is it 3 days or 3
Yeah,
hours?
that's written
There's no historical accounts of that in other parts of the world. Same thing with the global flood, all that stuff.
The flood is recorded in different parts of the world. That's
No, it's not.
A lie you might have bought into. I don't know if you've intended to lie or not.
Yeah,
but
so
no,
you're probably
there
gonna
is
point to
recorded
the-
evidence in
you're gonna-
China and
No, China is a weird one. I've never heard that, but there's mountains in Syria that people always point to, and they have found no good evidence of this. It's not made its way to any publications or history books. It's not true. You're completely making that up.
Well, the actual Ark is in one of those mountains.
No, it's not.
But
no, the Ark is
no,
nowhere to be found.
it's
They have not
it's just
found
a
it.
matter of denial at this point because we have so much proof.
So the whole
and
scientific community is holding hands and denying this.
Your ideology is so dead set on denying it that there's not enough proof in physical existence
There's no
to convince
geological
you.
proof of this. There's no proof of a world. We can see this. We can just look at rocks.
No, we have Noah's Ark. We do have lots of other. We have the crossing of the Dead Sea. We have
we have a bunch of
just
chariots
so
that were
much.
thrown into the sea. We have we have a bunch of things that we can point to that say there's absolutely no way, like the Grand Canyon. If we have fossils that transcended different depths to show that the world flooded and the different species came to rise above others, that we have not
You
a
mean the
single
fossils
fossil,
on mountaintops, the highest mountaintops on Earth?
Well,
Is that what
yes, so that happens when tectonic plates push and do this, and it raises things from the bottom of the ocean to the top.
Well, that's what you want to think, but what about the trees that were so great before the flood that the Nephilim were going to climb it, so the angels were brought down to chop down those trees. We have the evidence of those tree stumps this day around the world,
How do we know they were
and
chopped
even
by
one
angels?
might have an axe on it that's petrified. But that's debatable because I'm not of blind faith. But I
I don't
think
know.
you guys are just just throwing it all out, regardless of what it is.
Yeah, I
because
think that
you're
like if we find a huge plot hole in a story, we can just easily dismiss it as maybe not true.
well, there's enough that it's still an open debate.
Someone said, "Why does the left never go Islam?" Islam is not oppressing us in this country. Until they are the oppressors, we are not going to be punching down. You can punch up, but Christianity
Well,
is
they're
absolutely
showing
oppressing
signs
us.
now. Look at the riots that are slowly starting to take place in Dearborn, because we're recognizing what's happening in Ireland and England and Sweden and Switzerland. Their rape and stabbing criminal stats have skyrocketed, and are we going to deny that? It
Yeah,
didn't
that's
exist
not
even 50 years ago.
It's not really a thing either. We have 29 murders that took place last year from undocumented migrants, and then we can look at the other stats. 90% of all murders are done by like white men.
Yeah, because we're still the majority.
No,
which
we're only 60%.
burns your
We're only
people.
60%, and we do 90%. In fact, we're only 60% would be what men and women, so we're 30%, and we do 90%.
Right, and if that's just crime in general, and Christ cures that. But
when does he do that?
certain people that refuse to assimilate will be
that's not
obviously
the thing. Where do I assimilate? I'm in Dallas, Texas. I live right next to a taco truck. Do I start speaking Spanish?
No, because they need to assimilate to us. It's our country, and they could have their taco truck and even have their Mexican flag, but please have it next to an American flag because we've provided you a living.
And they've provided you tacos. They've provided themselves a living.
I'm not trading my country for a flavor of food.
Yeah, no, the English language is not going anywhere. Your race isn't going anywhere. Races
No, we're
not,
actually.
Races,
Sorry, go ahead.
Races do not happen in a bubble. Basically, your lineage will exist. You have far more things in common with people who aren't your race than people who do. Like genetically, you have things in common. You might be more similar to somebody who is black than your friend who lives across the street who's white. It makes no sense for you to start doing this race thing. It's like
right.
Harvard actually did a study and they associate all of this to low IQ, doing the worrying about
that's
your
not me.
race.
I'm a racial realist. You ever hear that term before?
Yeah, it's just like I have racism light or something, and I can.
Well, I coined it. So everybody remember, Renard Hanna coined the term racial realist, and it just means I don't hate other races. I just recognize the differences between them. And I had the black roommate. In fact, right now I have two very black roommates.
That's
and
tokenizing.
And I had a black girlfriend. I had, I've been through it all.
That's
and
tokenizing.
I know that doesn't prove anything to the left because you could still harbor racism against people you actually love somehow.
Yeah.
But
have you ever met a misogynist?
Misogynist.
Someone who's mean to women, doesn't like women.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Do they usually date women?
What about them?
They usually date women, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean they're not misogynists.
Right, but I'm not. I could choose to separate myself from black people if I was so racist.
Mm-hmm. No, that's not a thing either. Not a thing either.
Yes, I can. I honestly could. I could be a racist. If I was Ku Klux Klan, I certainly wouldn't live with black people.
No, it doesn't mean you're not racist. So, like, even if we put you in a police uniform, you went around pulling people over, we would probably see you pull people over that are black during the daytime more than you're white. Racism can live in the subconscious, and it is learned. And I can almost promise
it's not racism, brother. As a Christian, I have to love my fellow man, no matter what race they are. I just have to.
There's plenty
I
of
do have to
Christians.
recognize cultural difference.
There's
Though.
plenty of Christians that break rules all the time. In fact, all of them do.
Well, yeah, I'm a sinner, absolutely, and I'm very lousy at being Christian. But for those that don't understand, the faith, they don't understand that, we accept that we're sinners, but we strive to be better with our life for the sake of Christ.
Everybody
and
does
what
that.
He
I
did
don't
for
think
us.
this is uniquely Christian. I think that Christians excuse horrible behavior, and I think that's why it's problematic.
Not at all. Maybe the sinners among us, but
Look at Trump.
that's
You guys
going
love
back.
Trump. Trump cheated on all of his wives. He's said very problematic things. He's divided the country.
Right.
He's hateful and vile. He says mean shit in tweets all the time. He's kicking out all of the migrants from our country, which is in the Bible, that you're not supposed to do that. Like, he's not a Christian. So you just say, oh, we still love him. He strives to be better. Like, so being Christian is basically nothing. You could be the world's worst person and loved by the Christians.
Yeah, but he. When did you think? Have you heard it since Bill Clinton and even George Bush, who is where did you hear in speeches so much praise for Jesus Christ? And I mean recently, and this is where I go back to your algorithms, because I don't think you heard a whole lot of algorithms
He
of
can sell
Trump
Bibles all
just
he wants. It doesn't mean
praising
he's
Jesus
Christian.
Christ.
Yeah, it's called virtue signaling.
Yeah,
right?
but I don't hear that at all on the left. They just kind of glaze over him. Even Obama is proof of him being a Muslim, yet he's trying to
no proof of him
attempt to be a Christian. Trump, we have photos and video of him just hugging the American flag. You don't even see that on the left.
That's embarrassing.
Well, it's just being real. It's just being,
Hugging
showing
and
his
kissing
character.
the American flag, signing it. No, he is. Yeah, this whole national movement has.
I don't
turned
remember him
people
signing
off.
it. But that's,
Yeah, he signed it.
he probably signed it for fans who brought a American flag to him.
Yeah, that's horrible.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah. But he has done all the blasphemy. He has proposed to doing away with the Constitution. He's there is nothing sacred to him. He doesn't care. He's not American. He's not super patriotic. He's not super Christian. He doesn't love anything more than himself. He's not that guy. If I went around, if I showed you a picture of me holding a Bible, does that make me Christian? If I have a team that takes me to fucking Israel and it gets me pictured wearing a fucking cap, does that make me Jewish? That's what Trump.
I find it
never
very
goes to church. Never.
I find it very difficult to, call on Christ and say, yes, this is the Lord. This is the God above me, above us all. He said that. He said, there's a power
and he never lies.
greater than
he
me.
He never does performative stuff, ever. You're right.
No, but there's actual video footage of him saying, look,
like Charles
God is
Manson
above
could turn
me.
around and tell you he loves Jesus.
Maybe you didn't see it. There's footage of him saying, God is above me. I'm not the greatest. So that's not a narcissist.
He's referred to himself as the chosen one. He put an AI image of himself as
No,
the Pope
I'm
the other
sorry,
day.
friend. No,
There's
friend.
nothing sacred to him. He put a fucking AI image of him as Pope. He sells Bibles with his name on the front.
Well, he had to fight off the far left that's been, attacking him relentlessly for no good reason.
For no good reason.
And
He
what
brings it
better
on
way
himself.
than under Christ to fight back?
By selling $60 Bibles from China that were $3?
I can't say whether that's true or not, but I strongly doubt it because China's communist.
China Christian, bro.
China's Christian?
Yes.
How is that? I mean, there's many Christianities growing against the suppression of communism in China, but it's not Christian by any means. Yeah.
All right. China prints all of our Bibles. I promise you, they print almost all of them.
I'd be afraid of that. But China does, a lot comes
They
out of China,
absolutely
but
printed his Bibles. We have the shipment, we have the intake from customs, we have the weight, we have the
do they
size.
alter the wording inside?
I
That's
can
what's
just look at
in
that.
question.
That's on the internet. That's on his website.
Yeah, but does
His
that
name
prove
is
that
on the
the
trunk.
wording has been altered?
Yes.
They didn't make up
Yes.
the words.
Yes, he added the Constitution inside of it. Not even the full Constitution, just the first 10 amendments. Or the first 12.
Well, the Constitution, that was a time when we were still a Christian country, so there's nothing so odd about
That's
that.
not even a thing either. No, the Treaty of Tripoli explicitly said that we're not a Christian country. And the very first rule that they
Built by
wrote down,
Christians.
the very first rule they wrote down after they escaped the Church of England was that no Congress shall pass no law respecting any religion. It was the very first thing they thought of.
No, and that's a good thing, because they knew that other religions would come in and seek supremacy.
They don't want any religion.
Like we're dealing with now with the Muslims.
Zero. They wanted none in the government. None.
Right, but don't our elected officials, often preach? Yes, Jesus. Somewhere they throw in Christianity. Even Obama did, when we know for a fact he's a Muslim.
I don't know if that's a fact. I don't know about that.
We have photo proof of him,
secretly being Muslim.
Sorry.
Okay. I don't even know what that's important. Like if I were sworn in, I'd swear in on an X-Men comic, and that's allowed.
Well, we want to have a moral basis for our country.
Yeah,
and Christianity has a strong moral basis that built the Western world.
They use
Christianity. I don't think any Marvel comic could have a moral basis.
Marvel comics probably have far more of a moral basis than the Bible.
Well, it was probably drawn from the Holy Bible. A good guy faces bad guy, almost dies, and or does die, and then comes out in the end. That sounds very biblical to me.
Mm-hmm. That's how they came up with the Bible, actually, is they just took a bunch of pagan religions and mushed them together.
2,000 years ago, when we were all isolated from each other, we had no idea. But
they had all
I
these
think the
things.
Bible was created out of the necessity to break free of pagan religion.
Yeah, it was this exact same thing, like the Holy Apple, all of that. The son, the prodigal son.
Well, you're talking about Catholicism, and they adopted a lot of paganism to try and draw the pagans into the Christian religion, and that was due to the Roman leadership at the time, trying
Same
to
thing with
just
Christianity
tame
is
the
literally
masses.
just a bunch of old religions thrown together.
Well, there's say of that as well, but I've seen much research that debunks that as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say Marvel Comics would never advocate for slavery, which is what y'all did when you started the country. So.
Well, that was a non-Christian approach, probably due to some denomination, which I'm against.
No, it was just in the Bible, like instructions for slavery, all that.
Absolutely. And because the Bible was written in time when economy was based on slavery, not because the Bible or Jesus intended for that, but that's the world he walked into at the time. And, he was just trying to tell master, be good to your slave. And that doesn't mean you should have slaves, but you should be good to them, because that's the economic system you have at the time.
Who to do slavery to. It was who to do slavery to, how to do it, how to treat the women, how to how bad you can beat them, and what the punishment is.
That's Islam you're speaking of, strictly of Islam.
This is the Old Testament.
Not at all. There's nothing you could pull up right now.
Yeah.
In the Old Testament or New, that would speak of you should beat your women, but that's going on today very richly in the Islamic community.
There's even instructions for abortion in the Old Testament.
Well, I wouldn't believe that in the least. But and I don't even, you know, I don't approach you as some historian, as some, you know, biblical scholar, but still, I could swat those away like, you know, annoying mosquitoes because, you know, you're not going to pull up. Yeah, here it is, right here. You're just talking
Exodus
words.
21. The whole chapter is about it. I think. Hold on.
Please. Okay. He was coughing there. By the way, folks, Razor's canceled on YouTube. If you want to learn more about my struggle in life, fruit press.
Guys, I'm sick. I gotta go.